Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. I go by Lune, and this video is a distance Reiki session by Proxy with the intention of, it's like a vital body assimilation. There's something going on right now where I think a lot of us are getting back in touch with our bodies. This might not apply to you in that capacity, and if it doesn't and you'd still like to utilize this session as a session and not just a relaxation tool, you can direct or request that this kind of energy just works on your behalf in terms of your physical vitality, your strength, your flexibility, and anything physical about you. But for the level of those of us who might be kind of reconnecting with our body or our body processing something, there's very heavy shifts happening in the atmosphere constantly, but it seems like very strongly right now. And I've had many conversations with people who are super interesting in the regard that they've shared with me that the conversations are interesting. I'm trying to say that the body is beginning to crystallize. We are composed of minerals and silica and calcium and salt and like all these different things that are in our body that are also in crystals and or stones or minerals in general. And the body is beginning, for many of us who are, particularly those of us who are on the path, I could say, this like ascension, waking up kind of zone. I really don't love these terms, but they're the best that I can come up with right now. And that crystallization is very powerful for conductivity, for heightening power, and a multitude of other things that we can kind of bring in. But the problem therein lies that it's not quite comfortable all the time. It might have some type of reaction or flare-up or something going on. We might have felt a disconnect perhaps from our sexuality or our sexual energy or our creative energy or the way our body feels things, our sensitivities to different things like getting rashes or breaking out. And if you've noticed this happening for you, whether it was a disassociation or the very inkling of it coming back, or I want to say like minor discomforts, they shouldn't be like astronomical. Headaches can be part of it, and just other things, because the body is changing, the structure of things are changing. I know this is super out there for some of you, so if you don't want to get into that, please just like leave it at the door and just focus on your body, what you would like to direct this for, or just a general body physical rejuvenation or something along the lines of that. All right, so I hope that somewhat makes sense, and we're going to get into it. First, I'm going to light a candle. This is a little beeswax candle. Doesn't have much life left. Okay, and we're going to dedicate the candle to our session here on behalf of my and your highest and greatest good. This session is about directing energy, channeling energy, from me to you through Proxy, through, not through video, but my focus is done through the setup here, your eyes, top of your head, your arms and whatnot. And the intention is to, if on the lighter end, it's just work with our body, reconnect with our body, strengthen the bond, strengthen the ability to hear what the body needs so it doesn't have to shout, when it needs something. Dehydration, for example, so that we can say, ooh, I'm supposed to be drinking my water, I'm supposed to be doing this, and not like, oh, I have a headache, why? Oh, I didn't drink any water today, or, that kind of thing. listening to what our body needs on a nutritional level in general could certainly be played into here, or moving, exercise, stretches, things like that. Very simple, you know, the very basics of what our body needs, and then being able to hear what it needs. But on another level, if those of you are open to it and you've experienced, I want to say, some minor discomfort or processing that you can feel something's a bit, you know, just weird, a little different, like a rash or sensitivity to light, sound even, or any other sensory sense, to be able to work with that, to ease and bring comfort back, to assimilate this crystallization a bit more comfortably. I'm just going to keep it simple. And know that, you know, if you're open to this concept of the body crystallizing, that it's happening for a reason. You know, it's not like a negative thing. It's going to be something you can utilize to channel, or to access, or to build on, or all these really beautiful things, to heal. I think that you'll see a lot of healers, particularly, so those of you who do practice Reiki or any other healing modality, or are even just interested in it, like you kind of feel like you have a calling, are going to notice that crystallized feeling a bit. Or maybe you have been, is what I'm trying to say. All right. I do have some stones, but let's actually move on to something I hope is relaxing for you. This is my bag of incense that Maxwell from Monk and Moon sent me. I've already opened just one packet of them, and we've used them in a video. I think this is them. This is the Monk and Moon blend. Oh no, this is not it. I'm sorry. Ooh, this is what we're gonna go with. Mayan Temple. Oh my god. It smells like my grandmother's like little witchy studio setup. My grandmother had this like portion of her beautiful Victorian home, and she collected antiques and just like really interesting stuff. She was really, 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 really hip and cool. But she had this little corner area with jars of flower petals and different oils, and she's very nature witchy, I guess you could say, for like the bath and body stuff, though it wasn't really necessarily like these big spells. But that's what this smells like to me, like the corner of her home, which smells like that, if I could put it that way, her little office. Okay, this sweet, sorry for my jerky movements, the sweet little cone that Maxwell from Monk and Moon made. These are not for sale. Oh, I really like this one. I think I like it better than the other one, to tell you the truth, but it might be the, you know, the fact that it reminds me of my grandmother. Alright, so I just kind of put that cone in a box like this kind of guy. See? Sorry, I'm a little goofy today. Great. I'm just gonna leave that open. Put it right here. It's really beautiful. Alright, so I'm gonna move into some of the stones that I brought out for this session. Not too many, just 5. I'll go with the biggest one first. This is a beautiful, thank you Misty, sent to me by a beautiful friend. Polychrome Jasper. It's so big and beautiful, and you can't tell necessarily the colors here, but there's purple and this like coppery, bronzy orange and blue, and it just looks like Jupiter or something. Oh my god, I love this stone. I love holding it. Spheres are so beautiful and feminine, and they give off such a beautiful uniform energy. This is particularly good for relationships, but I really wanted to bring it out for the body and the expansion and the Jupiter kind of energy that I feel like it reminds me of. Progress, growth, but you know, like what we're talking about here, it can also kind of turn into inflammation. You know, we can kind of look at it that way too, like what the planets do in terms of the body. So not only growth in like the more you know, just sounds good kind of way, but also the ways that can be a bit uncomfortable. So I brought this out to kind of combat or redirect that energy, so it is not necessarily inflammation or discomfort or rash, but it's something that we're able to process a bit easier. Now got this raw tiger eye from Monk and Moon, and these were all just kind of chosen intuitively, but tiger eye is very strong. It's a strong stone in my opinion. It is very balancing of feminine and masculine energies, I want to say. But the sheen on this is what really kind of spoke to me. It almost looks like skin or something. So it's kind of what came out. And these are kind of all earthy too, I want to say as well, because it's the material elements of us which are crystallizing, or that we need to work on through vitality, helping us to, you know, recover from a cold, even if you want to use it that way. Have a carnelian, little raw carnelian. I just brought this out for comfort and fluidity. It's very red, like a nice rich red color, but it has a very fluid energy as well, so I just thought it would pair nicely with the body energy that we're working with. I have this little piece of epidote, also from Monk and Moon. It's very sparkly, like little mini sparkles in it. It's gorgeous. Actually, I've been meaning to put this in a necklace. Another really good one for relationships and healing, but I'm focusing very much on the body, healing the relationship with the body. Again, if it's like a disconnection from food, or you know, your sexuality, or any of the primal needs, or just not wanting to exercise, not wanting to move, if that comes in at all, I'm trying to keep these fairly open for you to like work with the energy in the best way that suits you, and just let you know where I'm coming from. Sorry, you might see my new tattoo, which is in the process of healing, and it's like flaking off like crazy and it feels a little funny. So if you see me doing something weird with my arm, probably just moving it away from my shirt or something. Okay, and then lastly I have this beautiful stone that Andre sent me. I believe it's a gabbro of some kind, but it's a gorgeous black, but almost like a purpley black or bluish black with these little red pieces in it. It feels so good. Just really wanted to come out. So I'd say this is a type of jasper, because I know gabbro is jasper. Okay. Alright, beautiful. Alright, so we're going to bring out the drum a little bit first to just kind of get the energy flowing, bring up a vital energy force, raise energy. I almost picture, like, if you could think of, I want to say Jurassic Park, but something Encino Man, I don't know. But when the earth shakes and things kind of like reveal themselves, or they settle into the cracks, or they just kind of like loosen or reform, maybe they become like packed, maybe they crumble out, whatever is needed. I just like to kind of envision that as I'm working with the drum sometimes. You've seen this before. I'm actually going to stand a little back so I don't blast the microphone too much. So you can take a breath. Yourself to feel this vibration in your body, loosening, smoothing. you enjoyed that. I often get asked if I'm a drummer, and no. No, but my dad plays the bowron, and I don't know if that's related at all. I mean, we're related. I will take this opportunity to drink my mint tea. It's just here. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be part of the video, but it's important to, I'll bring this in. It's important to honor everything that we put into our body and savor it a little and wait for our food to be done chewed and swallowed and appreciated before we take the next bite. We have to look at our food as something that is serving us and put in the intention for it to do even more so, to activate, let's say, qualities. So as much as it's beautiful for me to drink this mint tea, it's very refreshing. The ice has melted, but it's still very good. But for me to not only, drink it, but be thankful for it, brings in an element to savor it and appreciate all the notes and temperature and all of these things to this, pure water and beautiful tea. But then also maybe to bring in the element of the tea itself, which is, like I said, a mint one, which is soothing. It's good for the throat, for expression. So, just to show you how much we can do for our physical body through just the simple act of taking a sip of this tea, Alright, sorry. I'm just gonna take off my ring quickly. And I know that we've done the drum already, but I just want to use a little bit of rattle below, kind of in the hip area, knee, the lower extremities. This is just to help us flow while the Reiki session gets started. Just always want to, I don't show this enough, it's one of my beautiful rattles from the rattle maker on Etsy. He has incredible rattles and drumsticks and sometimes smudge fans and all different stuff. He's a beautiful soul, and if you want to check him out. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to get started with the session now. Like to again clarify my intention, as always, to in perfect comfort and alignment for exactly what is right for you, to work with this energy if you feel open to it and you'd like to receive the session beyond just a method of relaxation. Just be open, just say to yourself, I accept on behalf of my highest and greatest good something that is completely beneficial for me and nothing less than. To work with my body, to increase my strength, to put me in touch with my body so I can listen to it, so I can sense what it needs, what it wants, bringing in a reverence for everything that I put into and on and around my body. On top of that, though, to work through any illness or a cold or discomfort or anything like that as well. We certainly can bring that in if you want to stabilize something, if you want to relieve your reduced blood pressure or different things like that. By all means, you can include that as well as allergies and reactions that you may have to certain things, and know that your body is capable of processing it. But when we put the intention of being able to and do it on a regular basis, I am able to process sugar very easily. I am able to process carbohydrates easily, and my body takes exactly what it needs for it and knows how to expel the rest. Like, keep those thoughts in your mind if you're working through something like that, especially something a bit more chronic. But on the more spiritual side of things, for those of us who have felt either a disconnection with our body and maybe it's coming back, or maybe it was the extreme, like maybe not only were we, good in our sexuality, but, kind of leaning a little bit more into the hyper energized area of that. Not that that's a bad thing, neither is, but we want comfort, we want harmony and balance. So we're just kind of pair those perhaps dual natures, one or the other, and bring them into a good place of resonance for us, as well as those who have noticed skin sensitivities, digestive issues, headaches, anything that might just seem like, okay, what is this? Like, what's going on here? And if you're open to the fact that it, or the possibility that it might be due to the body beginning to crystallize as we ascend, to just help with that assimilation, to again create comfort and a acceptance of these new energies or these new structures, I want to say, within us on a very macro kind of level. All right, so I hope that works for you. Again, please direct however you see fit. The theme is body, vitality, energy, comfort on a physical level. All right, I'm just gonna focus first to connect to these Reiki symbols. Just kind of push them into your aura here and around you. I'm just gonna move my candle so I don't burn my arm. Nobody wants that. This is soothing if you need it. Okay. Balancing. Just a balancing movement throughout the body to create harmony, just kind of get things started. Okay, just gonna work in your aura a little bit, clearing anything from the etheric body which may be affecting us, like an allergen. Alright, I'm gonna first work in the mental movie screen, or the third eye, to help us envision our body in perfection, strength, flexibility, able to process everything, able to, do whatever it is in our minds that we know we want to be able to do. So we're just going to hold the thought here. Just hold you in divine perfection. Bringing in your awareness that your body knows how to do everything. And if there's anything you feel like it might have somehow forgotten along the way, just know that that's not the case. And we're working now to hold that image of perfection. I'm going to start there, okay? Comfort, advancement. I'm just going to go to the back of your head. I'm just focusing to release and relieve anything that you may have taken on that you're ready to let go of, that identifies with not being able to do something, or identifies with discomfort or an inability to process one thing or another. I'm just gonna go on this side to do it too. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna go into the heart area just to hold again that feeling of fulfillment, of completion, of balance, strength, vital energy in the space. And then we're gonna move to the throat as well. So you express yourself, you carry yourself, you identify and validate this identity of perfection. Don't think, oh, I can't do that, or oh, this or that, or I'm always, allergic to this or that, and that's just how it will be. I'm allergic to dogs, but I mentally beat that so that I could have one. I've been in the hospital for asthma reactions to dogs, and now I stick my face in my dog's hair, and I'm fine. You know, of course, I'm not telling you to do anything risky to your health, by all means, but I just want you to see and express yourself as a very healthy and stable individual, processing assimilated energy, cosmic energy, earthy energy, so naturally and smoothly and easily. Just focusing on the solar plexus now. Again, for the identity, the confidence, the actions, the personal drive, and I don't say expression, but like the pre-expression, you know, the knowingness of yourself. And then I'm going to connect the solar and the throat. Okay. Now the root. Stability, connection to the earth, and from this root area, which by the way, my hands are on the outer parts of your hips, I'm focusing on sending down like little lines, little strings from your hips that go down your legs very gently and comfortably. They don't even tickle. Going down, they're so thin. You don't notice them at all. You might feel like there's one in each leg or hundreds in each, but they're just little lines, like little cords, and they burrow into the earth deep down so fast, reaching every layer of mineral and nutrient and water and element which your body needs for processing, you know, that we're all made up of. And it goes into the earth's core, so you have this primordial energy you're tapped into, and it looks like little lights going up and down, you know, making deposits, pulling out what they need, just creating a perfect balance of stability and harmony. Just gonna throw this power kind of symbol to you so you're able to tap into that burst of physical energy. Okay, and if you're drifting off to sleep or you plan to sleep after this, let's set an intention for all of this to process very naturally and easily while you do sleep, to restore, to relieve. Okay. All right. Okay, and then those cords just kind of release and just go into the earth, back into the core and magma or whatever we picture there, whatever we know to be there. And you're completely balanced in your body, and these little like lights, like little flashes are there, like vitamins dissolving or herbs balancing, whatever you need. Okay, and we're going to set an intention as well, or just focus now rather, to activate the crystalline energy within your body to serve in the highest and greatest good, to enhance your personal power, to enhance your intuition, your mental abilities. And anything you'd like to ask, picture picture a quartz crystal, like tiny, tiny ones in your body. Little silica or calcite, little tiny little druzy clusters or something. And that they hold your intention just like water or anything else, That's what we're kind of about here. Right, so we're just going to charge these crystals that are within your body with this beautiful Reiki energy. It's gorgeous, cosmic, divine energy. If you wish to be more love, to surround yourself in love, let's see them as pink. If you want to be calm and stress-free, let's see them as lavender or blue. To enhance your spiritual abilities, let's picture indigo and copper. Okay. For strength and protection, picture green and red or black. Okay. Wonderful. Gonna just fluff up your aura. Alright, wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, this session. Thank you so very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave me a like. It really does help me, or whatever, something like that. It's very helpful to me and I appreciate it. I have to give a special thanks to those who are supporting me, taking the extra mile to support me. You always deserve my acknowledgement at the very least. I hope that didn't come out wrong. But just thank you so very much for those of you who are supporting me on Patreon or Tingles, or who have made contributions or become my clients or reached out to me to receive your Reiki attunement or for me to be your teacher. Like, I'm so incredibly honored by all of these connections and ways that I'm able to be part of your life, even a tiny piece. I'm very grateful. So just thank you so much, and just know how much I love you and I love this work and I love all of this. I love it so much. From the bottom of my heart, as always, namaste.